PM Modi raises LAC concerns, Xi harps on normal ties. In a significant diplomatic exchange, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping met briefly on the sidelines of the BRICS Summit. However, there seems to be a disparity between the official statements from both sides regarding the nature of this meeting. Contrary to the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson's statement, which suggested that the meeting was a mutual initiative, authoritative sources have informed HT that it was, in fact, the Chinese side that sought this meeting. The leaders conversed in a relatively informal setting at the Leaders' Lounge during the summit, accompanied by their interpreters. The essence of the discussion revolves around the apparent desire for normalized relations between India and China. The Chinese description of the meeting implies a shared commitment to achieving this goal. However, the reality is somewhat different, as Prime Minister Modi voiced his concerns over the substantial deployment of the People's Liberation Army (PLA) in East Ladakh. It appears that Prime Minister Modi emphasized a crucial point: any path towards normalization must begin with disengagement and their escalation along the vast line of actual control (LAC), stretching over 3,488 kilometers. This sentiment reflects India's firm stance on resolving the ongoing tensions along the border. On the other hand, the Chinese perspective leans towards a rapid normalization of ties without allowing sensitive boundary issues and military concerns to impede progress. China's long-standing policy of parallel track diplomacy, separating border disputes from economic engagements, has led to a significant trade deficit for India, amounting to nearly $70 billion. The divergence between the two sides is evident from the separate statements issued after the Modi-Xi meeting. The meeting failed to establish substantial common ground, with each side representing the interests and views of their respective nations. This dichotomy underscores the complexity of the India-China relationship and the challenges in finding a consensus. In a statement released by China after the meeting, President Xi Jinping stressed the importance of improving bilateral relations between the two countries. He emphasized that such improvements are in line with the shared interests of both nations, contributing to global and regional peace, stability, and development. The overall interests of our bilateral relations should guide both sides. We need to handle the border issue prudently to maintain peace and tranquility in the border region, President Xi remarked, encapsulating the essence of their discussion. From the Indian perspective, Foreign Secretary Vinay Quatra conveyed Prime Minister Modi's concerns directly to President Xi. The unresolved issues along the LAC in eastern Ladakh were brought to the forefront, underlining the critical role that peace and tranquility along the border play in the normalization of relations between India and China. In light of this, both leaders have agreed to direct their respective officials to intensify efforts towards expeditious disengagement and de-escalation, added Quatra, revealing the practical steps that are being taken to address the ongoing tensions. In conclusion, the Modi-Xi meeting during the BRICS Summit highlighted the contrasting viewpoints of India and China regarding the path to normalized relations. While China aims for swift normalization by sidelining sensitive issues, India's priority lies in resolving border tensions for sustainable peace. The meeting, though brief, signifies the ongoing complexity of the India-China relationship and the challenges that lie ahead.